Hi, my name's Tara Smith, and about 14 years ago, I was able to have an opportunity to live in Japan for about a year, and while I was there, I discovered their vegetables. They look the same, but they did not taste the same. They were much, much better. And when I got home, I decided that I wanted to try and see if I could find the same great tasting vegetables here. I didn't have any luck in the grocery stores, so I decided that I would go ahead and try and grow my own. And in this process, I found the book, The Square Foot Garden, by Mel Bartholomew, and that really inspired me to start gardening. There are three parts of gardening. There's planning, planting, and harvesting. And in the planning phase, that's when you go ahead and decide what type of a garden you're going to plant. And I decided that I would do a raised bed garden. This is a garden that is above the ground, and this allows you to be able to plant the garden in a smaller space, like for an apartment or a smaller patio or yard. The cool thing about the raised bed is the soil that you use, and it is a mixture of compost, peat moss, and vermiculite, which is a mineral. And this allows the plants to get the nutrients from the compost, and the peat moss and the vermiculite help hold the water in so that your soil stays moist for longer. Another fun part of this planting process, is deciding which plants you're going to use. And you can see in this example that you can plant a lot of different kinds of plants in just a small area. And some of the plants that I've planted that have done really well, I've planted Swiss chard, I've planted broccoli, tomatoes, peppers, beans, just about anything you can think of. One of the things that you also need to think about when you're deciding what you want to plant is whether or not it's a cold weather plant or a warm weather plant. And some plants do better in cold weather, like broccoli and Swiss chard. Some do better in warm weather, like tomatoes. Next comes the actual planting phase, and this is when you actually physically create your garden. You build your box, and you put your soil in, and you plant your seeds. And for me, the benefit that I get from this phase is that I get to get outside and get a little extra exercise and get a little vitamin D from the sun. And this helps me to feel good. And people say that, you know, sunshine and the sunshine and exercise help elevate your mood. I also get the satisfaction from seeing my plants start to grow, and knowing that I've done it myself. At this point, now it's just time to water, watch, and you have to weed a little bit, and you wait and get ready to pick your vegetables. Harvesting is the next phase, and that is the actual picking and eating of the vegetables. And this is where all of your hard work from the other two phases pays off. There's been a lot of talk lately about eating organic and knowing where your food comes from. And when you choose to do a garden, then you're able to know those two things right off. One of the other benefits that I get from gardening is being able to eat more fresh vegetables. This also translates to a monetary benefit for our family, and we're able to spend less at the grocery store because we're eating more of our own fresh vegetables. I also am able to preserve the extra vegetables that we get that grow in the garden, and you can do this by either canning or freezing the vegetables. And each time I grow a garden, I learn something new, whether that's learning how to grow a new plant or just a new technique. It also helps save me money, and I feel better about myself, and I enjoy it. But the thing that I love the most is just being able to eat the fresh vegetables that we get from it. And I hope that from listening to me, you've been maybe a little bit inspired to try and maybe grow your own garden. Thanks.